Welcome back. Yeah, so I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Yeah, so this is something I found actually on Gully TV. So I was looking at YouTube earlier. My guy Jamil on there. Shout out Gully TV. Jamil, man, one of my guys. I really enjoy his content. Um, so yeah, I was on there and I caught something. His this topic that he brought up, something that's real dear to me, and this is probably the most introspective topic to me, the relationship between a father and son. And I just wanted to share a lot about my relationship with my dad, and also my relationship with my two sons. I got two sons. My dad had four sons, and man, I just wanted. I got some video to share with y'all about. It's actually home video from my childhood, and I wanted to share that with y'all to let y'all see firsthand what type of father I got. You know, the type of father I had. He passed away. But yeah, I wanted to share with y'all firsthand the type of father I got, because this right here, what I'm about to show y'all, this is the actual thing that Gully, that Jamil was talking about earlier. Share this with y'all. Yeah. Say, well, if anyone to know the backstory, my homie, bro, John, him and his son got into it, and while he was asleep, his son shot him and left and drove his car and had his things, got booked and let go. He only 15 years old. I can't give out the other info, but yeah, shit crazy. You can look at this video and see the son reaction, the looks, the whole move, and he just wasn't alright. Something was off. Yeah, and this another one. It say Patricide in St. Louis, Missouri. Patricide. So patricide is when a son or a child kills their father. Patricide in St. Louis, Missouri. A 15-year-old boy was arrested after shooting his father, Jonathan Brown, in the head while he slept. The father later died from his injuries just 3 weeks after celebrating his son's 15th birthday with him. And I guess this is some of the video. 15 years old. Look at what kind of party he got. Hmm. He don't look like he enjoying himself. Man, he don't look like he too happy. Man, he don't look like he too happy. Mm. Yeah, they look like they doing that for the gram, you know what I'm saying? Doing that for the social media shit. Must didn't have a good relationship with his dad. You could kind of feel the energy from that video. And I don't know why my screen keep freezing up. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. My screen that froze up. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Man, look at him. He don't look like he real happy on his birthday. You know, boy look like he kind of sad. Yeah, so that's the father right there in the bottom left hand corner, apparently, and that's the son. The son, he look like he got something going on, something on his mind, you know. Man, boy, 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 this is a sad situation, man. Yeah, so sad situation, man. Wow. Daddy was only 34, son only 15. Man. So I just wanted to give a little perspective on this whole thing, man, because like this subject right here, this is the Achilles heel of the black community. This is the Achilles heel. And I got so much perspective on this exact topic. Not to mention my connections to St. Louis. I just left. I was in St. Louis on the 4th of July. I got a bunch of family in St. Louis. I went to see my oldest aunt. She lived in St. Louis. And I actually celebrated the holidays with my aunt and all my cousins and, you know what I'm saying, my first cousin and my first cousins and my second cousins, my third cousin. I got little baby cousins there, man. They got a whole bunch of love there for me. I mean, I don't really see nothing crazy when I'm in St. Louis. I love St. Louis when I go there. But all I can say is St. Louis is not the same. St. Louis, just like Flint, not the same Flint. Just like Detroit, not the same Detroit. Just like the Bay Area, Oakland, San Francisco. I don't know, man. Nothing is the same across the board. LA, you know, all these cities. Miami, all these cities, man. Texas. But it's not the worst thing. I will say this: within our community, we have so many issues with the father and the son, man. It's like the worst thing in the world. And I can only speak for myself. I had a great childhood, great relationship with my daddy. I got my ass whooped when when I was a kid. I got my ass towed up every chance my daddy got. I mean, some might even would call the whoopings that I got a child abuse, like for real. But I'm gonna say this much: looking back on it, I thank God for all of them whoopings that I got, all them good whoopings. I'm talking about take your clothes off whoopings. Yeah, I had to take my clothes off. My daddy would have us go take our clothes off, get in the shower, and whoop us in the shower. Them the kind of whoopings I got. Yeah, I got them kind of. I got a whooping. Me and my brothers, we got whoopings. My daddy would make us go outside in the winter, in the middle of winter, real cold, and whoop us as soon as we come back in the house. So our skin numb, and he whooping us while our skin is numb. I'm 48. They came up with something where you can go to jail when I was 10. So that was, 38 years ago. If you whoop your kid after the age when I was like 10, 11, you could go to jail. My parents didn't adhere to that. Most parents from my parents' generation, they didn't care nothing about that. So we still got our ass whooped. And on top of that, when we got to be teenagers, me and my older brother, who was only a year and a half, year and some change older than me, my daddy would pull guns out. So after he was done whooping us, he went to the pistol play. So that's how my dad played. That's how he played. Like, and it made us the best. Discipline is the best. Now, gauging from what I'm seeing on what I seen on this social media right here, this young man, he's not happy. I could just look at him and tell he's not happy. And it seemed like the father partying with him. That's a big no-no. I got 2 grown sons. I've never thugged with them. I've never partied with them. I've never hung out with them. They not my niggas. They my sons. And, you know, I think the era that we in now with a lot of the so-called fathers, because you can see, what I'm gonna do is let me keep scrolling online where y'all can see more. Okay, that's what's going on. Restart capture. What's going on? Something going on with this. So yeah, this the one I wanted to share. So as y'all see, he visiting his daddy in prison. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't knocking, nobody going to prison. Sometimes prison be the best thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? It change your whole perspective. But gauging from what I'm seeing, on that video with him throwing money at his son's birthday party, 15 is like he partying with his son. I don't know, man. It's just the optics, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to knock it because, they having fun. It's a birthday party. But it don't seem like that son was having fun. It seemed like something was off. Just like with the first thing, the first post that I shared. Man. Yeah. See that? That look right there. That's yeah, but that's the 15-year-old boy, man. Sad situation. Yeah, within our community, um, there's so much dysfunction at this point. When you factor in a lot of the mothers, a lot of them. I just know from my experience, because my sons got the same mother. My two sons, they got the same mother, and I'm not with their mother no more. I divorced her. We divorced about, see here, about 11 years ago, but we haven't been together in like 13 years. So, my two sons with my ex-wife, when we were together, I was with them every single day of their life. Not only was I involved, I was a part of the fabric of that of our family. I was the foundation of it anyway. Me and their mother, we set a good example. They was raised in church. Me and their mother always had a job. We was either working in school, or in school. We was always doing something. We always had a home, very nice home. Always had cars. We wasn't, 100% on our feet, but we was striving. We was young, right? My oldest son, I was 25 when he was born. And my baby boy, I was 20. Now I was 24 when my oldest son was born. I was 29 when my baby boy was born. And to this day, my sons, both my sons, I actually manage my sons. Both my sons in the music business. One of them is very popular. He go by the name of Energy Beats. My baby boy, his name is Eon. He's not as prolific as my oldest son, but he's working towards it. He got a job right now. He's thinking about going to trade school too. So both of them graduated high school on time. Never had no problems out of either one of my sons. They both mannerable, both very respectful. But I will say this: after me and their mother got divorced, I just seen a shift in them. There wasn't nothing dark like what this young man went into, but I noticed, just a little shift. Wasn't nothing too major. To this day, it ain't nothing. I look at it as, with all kids, you gotta get reintroduced to them when they become older and start. They young adults. They not babies no more. So it's like you got to get reintroduced to them all over again, and it's constant after that. You know what I'm saying? Because they change and they grow and they evolve, and it's like you're meeting a new version of them fairly often. So that's my relationship with my sons. Now, my relationship, me and my brother's relationship with our daddy, we adored our daddy. We adored him. With all them, especially with all them whoopings that we got. We got older, we understood it when we were younger. But as we got older, we really understood it even more, because when we start seeing how our friends or the people we grew up with, how they ended up, we start seeing like, damn, like, man, so-and-so in prison, so-and-so dead, and it's like, man, that father, this is what the father represents. The father is the actual spirit of a family, the family dynamics. How that man spirit is, that's how the whole household spirit will follow behind the man. So if your father is a warrior, you gonna have a warrior spirit. If your father, a weak, you got a weak spirit, you're gonna have a weak spirit. So that's why they say the father and the son relationship is the strongest, because it's all based on something spiritual. That's why they say the father and the son, even if a son never meet his father, a lot of times he will take on his spirit. So, but it's even more pronounced when that father is right there, where that son can see it. Like that little young man, he's seen his father in prison, right? He's seen that. So I'm sure that kind of, it rubbed off on him. I don't know how long the absence was. Like, I don't know. I ain't really going to this whole thing, but, just gauging from how it turned out, it had to be something to where his son resented him. You see what I'm saying? And so I remember getting whooped when I was a kid, and I used to hate it so much because I was the one I got whooped the most. So I really used to be upset with my father a lot, just thinking about, damn, it seemed like he was picking on me, right? That's how I took it. But as I got older, and it didn't take long, but when I was around his age, I started to change. I started to change in a way that my father probably, I don't think he knew that I would, because I was the child that was, everybody thought was bad. I was the one who everybody thought wouldn't be nothing. I was told I was bad from the moment I could remember. So when I started to, and I'm gonna tell you what it was. It was hip hop. If it wasn't for hip hop, I don't think I would be here right now. Because hip hop, with all of that discipline that I had, I needed something to counter that. Something that was, that, that took my mind off of the reality that I was in. You know what I'm saying? Something that reinforced something within me. Because all I was getting when I was, young preteen, young teen, was the exterior. Everybody just looking at how I look. My daddy always like, why you looking like that? I used to get whooped for a look on my face. And I didn't even know how I was looking. You know what I'm saying? I just had a natural mean mug. And sometimes he'd reach back and pimp slap me in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Call me out my name. We got called out our name. And our daddy, it was so real. Like, by the time he could just look at us, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even have to whoop us. He didn't have to do nothing to us. He had a look that was so real, like we responded to it. But and actually that's how I discipline my kids, with a look, to this day. My 8-year-old. I never whooped none of my kids. But I had this look, and I got that from my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Actually, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show y'all my dad right now. I'm going to show y'all my dad. So that's my cousin right there. That's not my dad. My dad about to jump in the screen right now. The lady with the red hat on, that's my cousin. And that's the lady, this lady right here, she's my cousin's wife. So this is my cousin. This is his sister. And this is his wife at the time. So yeah, let me play this. And then I'm going to show y'all when my daddy comes.
Oh, lady gonna get me in there.
This is 1989. That's my dad. That's my dad right there. And that's his son. That's his oldest son. That's my dad, Marcus Brown. That's my cousin Benny. And that was me right there. That's me. That's me. I was 12. That's my little baby brother. Yeah, I'm always rapping.
The camera woman, who's the camera woman? I'm a camera woman.
Daddy, man. Benny Rose still kicking it. He's about 80 years old. Yeah, cousin Barbara. That's my little brother Nick. My little cousin Benita. That's my mother holding the camera. That's bathroom. Now, this is us, my family in 1989. That's my dad with that leather hat on. And my cousins. It's my auntie. It's my dear aunt. Rest in heaven, auntie. Aunt Valley. It's my dear aunt. Aunt Valley. Look at that. That's a crazy drink. Oh, he can make that. Where's my drink at? Put my hand up here. Put your hair up on there. You ain't got no hair on your head. What you talking about? You ain't got no hair.
We're at the hospital here in San Francisco to see
Yeah,
Uncle
we at
Benny.
the hospital going to see my uncle.
There he is, right there in that wood.
Uncle Benny. That's my uncle right there. That's my little brother, my baby brother.
Watch out for his leg. Watch out for his leg. You should have put the other one up.
Yeah, I told that man, I'm going to put you over here. This other man is right.
All in my family. Cousin
You got
brother.
two glasses, good two glasses, woman. Get a wheelchair with two glasses on you, dude. Yeah.
My little brother.
No, get the other one. The other one.
The other one? The one with the two.
So this us riding. My mother had a bright idea to video the streets.
Reno, there go Reno.
Reno, yo.
There go Reno, Nevada.
Reno, Nevada, 1989.
Reno, Nevada.
You lean on it.
Yeah, go ahead. Reno. Take it.
You own
Reno,
your sweat.
Nevada,
Well, we
1989.
got to fix you up when we get the bike again. Let's put it on. We all
Follow them cars around to the right. Go on in there.
mine on. I
I don't intend to catch some cold when I got it. I caught some cold last night.
Oh, yeah, so we can down, down. Chapel, get the wedding
I
chapel.
used to go and be lucky on that's
Get
what
the wedding, the bells, wedding chapel.
I never played a machine in my life.
Oh, damn it.
What? Battery?
No big deal.
Couldn't make myself out of it.
Wait.
My jacket.
This Virginia, go to the next one. Go to the next one. No, we want to go right here. We're going to go to the right here.
That's one way.
That's one way.
We are my cousin. We in Oakland right here.
This house. Hey, you got me on there yet?
That's our old van. We drove that van all the way from Flint, Michigan to Oakland. Look at my daddy.
She probably only wanted like that. That little lousy camera, yeah. They all know how to work. I probably don't.
3-story townhouse with the elevator in there, man. I didn't know people in our family could live like this till I went out there. Look at my cousins. They still living like that, balling out of control. All legit.
Let me see. Let me see all the hair. Let me see that hair. Yeah, look at that. He's trying to say it.
What's up?
Look at that. Look at that cap you got. No, it's cool. It's all right.
That's my daddy first.
You have to put his head down so I can see it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I gotta wear it like that, huh?
Yeah.
I'll wear it like the young
Yeah, what the hell is it doing?
I just decide.
I don't know. I'll give it to you, though. I'll give it to you. Put it out the way.
Look at this Rolls Royce
yeah,
with the
let me get
steering
this
wheel
car.
on the other side. Look at it. Clean. Think cuz still got that. Got a new Rolls now.
Let me get the front of it. Hey.
Huh? I'm trying to tell you, doing it. Go ahead. No, that's right. Shoot, man. It's hard to hear. How y'all like my rose here? I just got this today.
On your way back to Flint,
My cousin gave me this for my birthday I had a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
So
I can't take it back with me now.
I ain't
but,
gonna lie.
You know,
This
I had to
inspired
come
me
back.
to drive the cars that I drive now. I ain't gonna lie. When we went out there and I synced that, and they had way more than that. Like, actually, I'm gonna show y'all the Benz they had back then. This in '89, so this what, 37 years ago now? Yeah. Damn, 37 years ago. Wow. This almost 40 years ago. This inspired me, man, because my dad, he lived modestly. You know what I'm saying? My dad, he didn't spend a lot of money. He saved. You know, he was getting prepared to retire even then in '89. He had been working for GM for 18 years by then. And he was only, what? In '89, my daddy was 37. So he had been working for GM since he was 19. And he was getting prepared to retire at 37. he ended up retiring at 54 with 35 years. He could have retired when he was 49, which I'll be 49 this year. So this is actually a great age to retire. You know, I used to think 49 was old, 50 was old, but nah, see, shit, this is a great age. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's my dad. Look, he played hoop. He loved to hoop. Back then, he was in AA leagues. He used to hoop like every day. He even built us a basketball court in our backyard about 3 or 4 years after this video. We ended up having a nice 2-on-2. You could probably do 3-on-3 at the most. And we still got that house with that basketball court back there. It's still back there. So yeah, my dad was you know, he loved hoop. He loved basketball. He was an athlete. He ran. He jogged. You know, he did marathons. He went white water rafting and shit like that. He all types of stuff, man. He was a real athlete, and so I didn't pick that up, you know. I picked up a little more with my mother. My mother, she loved to read, and my mother was more of an intellectual, so I picked that up for the most part. But yeah, that's my dad right there, man. That, he showed me everything. When we was on vacation, smooth, cool, you know, in front of company, real nice. But when we got home and we had to go to school and do our homework and get our grades, he was on our ass. Fed us. He knew how to cook real good. He loved a barbecue. He was the barbecue king. My mother took us to church every Sunday. We had a nice balance in the household. In my household, we had a very nice balance. My mother was, you know, calm, cool, feminine. My daddy was strong, outgoing, and masculine. You know what I'm saying? And they really balanced each other out very well. And that's pretty much, you know, what I am. I'm a perfect balance between my mother and father. And yeah, I think they did a great job. None of they boys, they had 4 boys, me and my 3 brothers. None of us ever like in and out of prison. None of us ever went to prison, actually. Went to jail a couple times. That's about it. My brother, my older brother, he ended up trying to be a street dude and caught a couple felonies, but he got himself together. Went back to college and graduated from college and got married and bought a home and had a daughter before he ended up passing away a couple years ago. But now it's just me and my baby brother left. My mother, father, and my brother under me, and my brother older than me passed away. So it's just me and my baby brother left, man. But we got a legacy, and I got 5 children, heavily involved in my children's life. My older brother, he only had the 1 daughter, and my brother under me, he got 2 sons. So altogether, my parents had 8 grandchildren, 4 kids, 8 grandchildren. And I think that's a good, you know, good ratio. Double the population, next generation. But yeah, man, this is my pops, man. It's my dad, and I miss him dearly. He passed away in 2019, December 28th, 2019. Yeah, and I really feel like I inherited his spirit. So, yeah, I don't have the hang-ups, you know, the father and son. I don't have that. And my dad had a great relationship with my granddad. I even got my granddad on these videos. You know, my granddad, that was the last year he was alive in 89. He ended up dying early 1990. But yeah, my dad had a great relationship with his daddy. My granddaddies had great relationships with their granddaddies. So on and so forth, man. Like, I think, you know, that's not to say that I didn't inherit no trauma. Because even though my daddy was right in that house, it wasn't perfect. You know, he was not by any means perfect. So it's a lot of things I inherited from my father that that wasn't so good. You know what I mean? I'm not a perfect man. And, but the point of it is, it would never get to like what this young man did. It would never get to there. Never. Never, man. I mean, the thought of doing any harm to my father, man, it just never. Well, I ain't gonna say that. My daddy had to shoot at me and my brothers one time because we tried to jump him. But I mean, when I got older and I thought about it, because I was kind of upset with my daddy after he shot at us, because he tried to kill us. But I get it. Like, that'll blow your mind, man. Like, my father wasn't just no drop in and out type of daddy. He was heavily involved. He took us to the gym every weekend with him. We go play basketball. From the time I can remember, my daddy was right there, heavily involved in me and my brother's upbringing. So it was never a time that, he was never away. He was always either at work or at home with us. So when we got older and we thought we could jump on him, man, that blew his mind. When I thought about it, I was like, man, I get it now, because I don't know what I would do if my sons ever tried me like that. I wouldn't know what to do. So, I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? And I've been forgave my daddy for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never held it against him. We laughed about it as we got older, me and my brothers. We like, damn, daddy, you tried to kill us. But, yeah, man, it just, when I think about my daddy, man, and I see this story, like, man, I just couldn't imagine harming my daddy. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine harming my daddy. And this young man, first, I mean, what we got to do, man, I want to send my condolences out to this family. I'm going to call my St. Louis family and see if they know this the 34-year-old. I'm gonna see Jonathan Brown. That's my last name. That's not my Brown family in St. Louis though, so I doubt it if we related. But it just break my heart, man, to see a young melanated man and his son, man. It's like, dang, so much promise right there, man. Saddest thing imaginable. But yeah, man, look, I'm about to get off of this. I've been on here for a while now. And hopefully y'all got some insight about my relationship with my dad. And, let's pray for this family. This is probably the most traumatizing thing that you can think of. Like, this family going to be dealing with a lot of trauma for many years to come. So, let's send our prayers out to them, man. This the worst thing imaginable, man. Look, I'm out. I'll be back soon. One. It's Marlon Speaks Live, yeah, I'm saying what they hide. History uncensored, let the real survive. Yeah, it's truth over comfort, I don't pick no side. If it shake the room a little, let the truth collide. Cause it's Marlon Speaks Live, no script, no disguise. I don't sell no lies, just to monetize. Cause the past still breathing and it never dies. Yeah, it's Marlon Speaks Live, now the truth will rise. Yo, it's Marlon Speaks Live, yeah, I'm